mom was evil. 5 true unhinged horror stories animated.
My name's Sam.
Was it your mom or your alcoholic problems, bro? I'm not gonna lie. Was it your alcoholic tendencies or your mom? Because if you're claiming somebody was evil, and I see more drinks than people I ever seen in my life on your floor, then I'm gonna question you, pal.
I was an alcoholic for most of my 20s. Just after I
Oh,
turned
we
30,
could
I
tell.
hit rock bottom.
He
I lost
got
my
that
house
loaf of bread haircut. Baguette
and
haircut.
had to move back in with my mom. She allowed me to stay with her
Oh yeah,
rent-free
never mind. She look evil, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That looks like one evil mofo.
as long as I joined AA and quit drinking. It was a really hard process, but I
So your mom's evil because she didn't want you being an alcoholic no more? Come on, bro. You too old to be playing these games.
slowly got
Word
back
too.
on my feet. I got a part-time job and I started saving up again. I followed the AA program religiously. It's true what they say. Every day is hard, but it's not impossible. Mom was an amazing supporter. She got rid of all the alcohol in the house and always kept an eye on me. Dad died about 10 years ago, right before I started drinking.
Oh my God! Look. Oh. Oh. Not trying to get disrespectful about his dad, but damn.
And Mom never remarried. Instead, she kind of turned into a player. While I lived with her, she had a constantly rotating line of much younger boyfriends. They rarely lasted more than a week.
Spending bank on them.
Honestly, I tried to ignore that part of her life.
I would too.
It creeped me out. No judgment, though. She seemed happy.
Man, you can't hate if they happy.
One night, about half a year after I moved back in, I found a hidden bottle of rum under the kitchen sink. I figured Mom had forgotten about it. I grabbed the bottle and got ready to pour it out, but I couldn't. It was the expensive stuff.
Oh.
I tried calling my sponsor, but she didn't answer.
Hey, bro, just leave.
Then I called Mom, but she was off on a date.
Hey, bro, just leave the house, bro. Take your mind off.
Without anyone to help me, I fell off the wagon. I don't remember anything after that first drink.
Oh, so now your
When
mom
I
evil.
woke up the next morning, I was lying on the kitchen floor.
Bro, that bottle looks smaller than my shampoo, but I don't drink, so I don't know how much. I don't know how this stuff be. But that bottle looks smaller than my cell phone. Ain't no way you're vomiting off of that. Come on.
My head was throbbing, and I'd thrown up on the tile. I was still clutching the rum bottle, but now it was empty. I struggled to stand up. I drank a lot of water from the sink, and then I stumbled into the living room. Unlike the kitchen,
Damn, you just leaving it on the floor?
Totally normal, aside from the vomit stains, the living room was absolutely trashed.
Yeah, bro, this is enough evidence for me to just say I will never drink. Ain't no way a bottle smaller than my cell phone got you acting like this. I rebuke, bro. That's it. You were possessed by a demon, bro. I rebuke everything you live and stand for.
Its side, and everything that should have been on the coffee table was lying on the floor.
I don't even know how he balanced the coffee table like that.
It looked like a fight scene. I looked outside and I saw that Mom's car was still gone. Whew. Thankfully, she hadn't returned from her date yet. That meant that I had time to clean everything up before she got back.
I don't know about that.
To help me with my recovery, Mom set up some very strict rules, including a zero-tolerance policy toward drinking in her house. If she saw the living room, she'd kick me out. I couldn't let that happen. Very quickly, I scrubbed the kitchen floor. No problem there. Then I started cleaning up the living room, and I realized that I was completely screwed.
Yep.
Mom's antique lamp was broken on the floor, split into 3 pieces. Even if I cleaned up everything else, that lamp was irreplaceable. Starting to panic,
and she could
I
tell
went
you're
online
drunk
and did an image search of the lamp. That brought me to
an
exact replacement for sale on eBay.
300?
It cost me $300, which I didn't really have, but I bought it anyway.
I wouldn't have done it.
I even paid a little extra for next day delivery. My only hope was that I could clean everything else before Mom got back, and then pray that she wouldn't notice the lamp was missing. Then I could replace it and pretend that last night never even happened. I'd still confess at my AA meeting, but for now, I couldn't let Mom kick me out. After I finished the eBay purchase,
Hey,
I
bro, I
jumped in
feel
my
like
car and drove to
your
the...
mom's a genuine person. So I feel like if you went down, hey mom, I had a slip up. I found a bottle here. I don't know why he was looking. I don't know what he was looking for, but to find it. But I found a bottle. I accidentally got drunk, and well, not accidentally. My old habits kicked in, and X, Y, and Z. The lamp's broken. I'm vomiting on the floor, and I already packed my bag, so you don't even gotta worry about kicking me out.
hardware store to buy cleaning supplies for the couch. There were some dark stains on one of its cushions.
From what?
It took me less than 40 minutes to buy everything and come
What did
back.
you do?
But when I returned, I saw that the living room was completely back to normal. No
Ooh.
stains on the couch, no upturned furniture. It looked exactly like it had yesterday, aside from the broken lamp. That was just gone.
Ooh.
I had no idea what happened.
Yeah,
Had
bro.
I
Your mom
imagined
cleaned it.
everything? Just then, Mom walked into the room. She'd come back while I was at the store. Honey, what's wrong?
Yeah, that pause was way
I
too long.
nervously asked her if she'd cleaned up the living room. She looked at me, but then she said, "Nope, looks exactly the same. Where'd you go this morning?" I
Hey,
could
be
tell she was
honest.
hiding something.
Be honest.
She wore her hair in a ponytail, which she only did when she was cleaning. But why would she lie about cleaning
Hey,
the
be
living
honest,
room?
bro.
Unless she knew what I'd
Hey, I found a bottle. No, I shouldn't even need to say this. You're a grown man. I'm 18.
done, and she didn't want to acknowledge my relapse. I figured the best thing to do was follow her lead and pretend that
Nah,
nothing
bro,
happened.
be honest, bro.
I really wanted to apologize for the lamp, but I knew she didn't want me to mention it. Things went back to normal after that. We had breakfast together, and then I left for my AA meeting. I told them everything. The other guys in my group were really confused by my mother's actions. Honestly, I was too. With their help, I decided to just come clean to my mom and see how she reacts. I couldn't
No,
let
this is a
this
W group, bro. This is a W group. Next time I hear someone struggling with these problems, bro, I'm gonna tell them to take an AAU meeting thing, because like this actually seems like a positive influence on people.
get in the way of my recovery. So, that evening, I went back home and I joined Mom on the sofa. She was watching some singing competition on TV. I didn't say anything at first. I was trying to figure out how to broach the subject.
Fair.
Eventually, I decided to start with the lamp. I asked her what happened to it. She laughed nervously. "We didn't have a lamp on this table." She was lying again. I had to be more direct. "Mom, I know I broke your lamp. I'm so sorry." She grabbed my hand and squeezed it tight. "Please don't mention that. Ever
Oh,
again."
yikes.
We shared eye contact for a long moment. Her expression was basically saying, "Don't tell me about your relapse." So I didn't. We watched the rest of the show, and then the local news started. The top story was about a local murder from the night before. The newscaster showed a photo of
Oh,
a
damn,
young,
wasn't that homie
blonde
that was
man.
just in your crib?
He looked familiar, but I couldn't figure out why.
Bro,
They
bro
said
was
he
just in your
bludgeoned
house.
to death and then dumped in a landfill.
I think I know where this is going. His mom killed the dude while he was passed out drunk on the floor. I don't know how this would happen and how you wouldn't know, or X, Y, and Z. And then once I realized this, bro, I'm staying quiet. I'm a grown man in my 30s. She hasn't touched me. I'm safe.
Shards of the murder weapon were found in his skull, but the police didn't have any
Was
other
it the lamp?
leads. They showed photos of the shards, and I recognized them right away. They were pieces of the broken lamp. And the man was one of Mom's many boyfriends. I'd seen them together. I
I
turned
wouldn't
toward my
even
mom.
look at her, bro. I would just be like,
She had this
cool.
devious grin, like she knew she'd been
To get out, to make sure you're safe in this situation, bro, I would just dap her up. Like, that's my mom. Real gangster. Just dap her up.
caught. Then she said, "Well, I guess you deserve an explanation." Slowly, she
Nah, you got Uno reverse. You gotta be like, nah, it's cool. Like, you don't want to acknowledge my alcoholic problems. I won't acknowledge your psycho tendencies. If we just stay quiet, we cool. You gotta dap her up, though. Like, gotta dap her up. You know what I'm saying? Give her a little fist bump in the snap after it, you know? You know how you... After a dap, you can just give her a little snap. You know? And just keep on watching TV, bro. Like, what? You just gotta ignore
explained the
stuff like
events of
this.
the night
You just gotta ignore this.
before. She was dating the victim, but she found out that he was seeing other people. Rather
Oh, like
than
you?
give him up, she killed him in the living room. He put up a struggle, but she eventually finished him off with the lamp. Then she told me the most disgusting part of her plan. She knew I was in the house, and she didn't want me to be a witness, so she planted the rum bottle where she knew I'd find it. She even added sleeping pills to the alcohol to ensure I'd be knocked out. Everything went according to her plan, except I woke up while she was off disposing the body. She thought I'd sleep in longer. She never expected me to see the trash living room, but I did. And now I knew that she was a murderer. Mom, you have to turn yourself in.
Hey, bro.
No, she answered, smiling. I'm never gonna get caught. And even if you go to the police, you're an alcoholic. No one's gonna believe you. I disposed of the lamp, so there's no other evidence. You've got nothing. I wanted to throw up again.
In this situation, you gotta be like, oh, damn. You are right. I got nothing on you. Matter of fact, you gotta dap up your mom like this. You know what? You're so gangster. I would never expect you to do that. That's crazy. Now let's get some Cinnabons.
My mother was gloating. She was basically daring me to call the police. So I did.
Oh my God, bro. Now you're gonna be next. Oh my God.
Sat across from me and let me do it.
Oh my God. You did it right in front of her. Oh my God.
Officer arrived 15 minutes later.
Oh my God. She could have took you out in those 15 minutes. Oh my God.
Breathlessly explained what Mom had done. Mom stayed silent while the officer wrote everything down. Then he asked Mom for her statement, and she told him that I was an unstable alcoholic with a history of hallucinations. She picked apart my story, which did sound ridiculous, even though it was true. The officer believed her completely. He looked at me with annoyance and asked if I had any evidence to back up my story. I didn't.
You don't even got a picture of your living room beforehand.
The officer apologized to my mother and started to leave. He warned me against lying to the police. And then he was gone.
Alright, at least you got a warning.
Mom said. I got away with it.
Yo, that's low key. Yo, nah, that's low key. That's low key hard, bro. See, I got away with it.
This was my last chance.
Bro, you gotta respect her. You know, dap her up.
Outside, shouting for the officer to stop.
Pat,
And that.
Yeah.
real quick, sign your name in this top box for your in-cars. Don't make it go away. You gotta have to use your fingers.
Is it first and last?
Yeah, Pat, just pat the page.
Right there. Wait. L Y N. Oh, I ran out of space.
Jesus, you have to get it all on there, dude.
Sorry, I got big hands.
It looks like it says that. I'll go with that.
Nah, bro, that was crazy though.
Was when I noticed the eBay package on my porch. The replacement lamp had arrived.
Yeah, that's the only thing you got, bro. Come on.
I'd completely forgotten about it. I grabbed the box and handed it to the officer. Mom disposed of the real murder weapon, but this should be an exact match. Mom's in jail now, awaiting trial. If it weren't for my eBay purchase, she'd still be walking free.
You know what I'm saying? This video did say 5, but it only had 3. So we've been lied to, we've been finagled, we've been finessed. We are the method, And you know what I'm saying? I respect it because it's feeding my stuff. The first story is just sick people all around. I do agree with that. First story, I wasn't expecting the second guy that did the second guy to what? The first story, I wasn't let me act like I'm this. The first story, I wasn't expecting on the second guy did to her. I thought he was a good guy. I thought wrong. Yeah, you thought wrong, bro. Because there's obvious signs. He was talking about me, my own, and he started talking wild at the end. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first story, the dude did say he was married for 8 years, not 6. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. Peace, though.